Hey everybody, this is Nina Womack, also known as Cleopatra J. Welcome to my sanctuary right here, and I'd like to invite you all to tune in tomorrow from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another edition of the Let's Be Whole show on MorrisMediaLive.com. So a little synopsis of the show is I have my friend Shakiji Abdul, who is CEO of Culture Zine magazine. He's been very, very obese for a long time and born with different heart ailments, and so I am extremely worried about his health, and so I've invited another person, expert on herbs, Dr. Bernard. He is an iridologist and also a naturopathic physician, and so he'll be a guest on the show as well, discussing the different herbs that we can take and that Shakiji can take to combat obesity, to lose weight, to be healthy, mind, body, and soul. He'll also be going over herbs, talking about herbs that help prevent high blood pressure and diabetes and so forth. I'll be joined by my regular show host, Shaman Ali Ba and son, Shanta Gibson, who we know as Queen G, is away on a trip, and she'll be back shortly. So standing in for her tomorrow is a friend of hers, the radio host Lala. So we look forward to having Lala join us. Also, we'll be joined by some guest poets, Beverly Collins and also Gina Storm. And last but not least, we also have fitness tips by Javon Jackson. He'll be coming and talking to us, calling in rather, not coming in the studio, but he'll be calling in talking about what we can do to get in tip-top shape before the summer. So tune in tomorrow. Go to www.morrismedialive.com to tune in to the Let's Be Whole show. Peace and blessings. Well, hello there. Welcome to our third edition of Let's Be Whole, your premier holistic lifestyle edutainment variety show. Okay? Oh. Edutainment. We're going to get educational as well as being entertaining too for the public. We will always have music, conscious, positive music, spoken word, wonderful health-related topics, and topics that we need to be concerned about in today's society, such as cancers and diabetes and so many other health disparities. We'll be talking about issues on healing with racism and classism, sexism, all the isms.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of isms. So let me welcome my wonderful host today before we bring on our special guest. I have to the left our wonderful co-host, Miss Sun. Say hello, Sun.
Hello from Sun. Say Unity Now.
Hi. And then, like I said in that promo taking place for Shanta Gibson, a.k.a. Queen G, we have a Miss Lala in the house.
Yes, this is Lala, L to the A to the L-A-H, okay?
All right. Yep, and Lala is going to be on the show talking some knowledge about herbs and so forth. And then last but not least, we have Shaman Ali Ba from Mali, West Africa, who brings ancestors to us. Say hello.
God bless your families, and we are in the blessing. We're all blessed.
Absolutely.
Every single day.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. It's very important how we perceive things. And if we look at life as a blessing, we'll continue to be more blessed.
Yes.
If we look at life pessimistically, then we won't be blessed. But so anyway, let's get to our first guest. We have a very, very dear friend of mine, Shakiji Abdul. Shakiji is in the hip-hop industry. He's worked behind the scenes for different record companies for many, many years. He'll elaborate more into his bio, but from working behind the scenes in the music industry, he now has started his own multimedia conglomerate called Culture Zine Media, and he'll talk about that a little bit. But the thing that, the reason why I have him on the show today, you guys, is because because as a friend, I'm very concerned about his health. A lot of people have yes men and yes women back here that you're doing things that they may be concerned about, and they personally don't even give a rat's crap about you.
Absolutely.
And is not going to say anything to help you to whatever. I've had people, I stopped smoking, and it's been 3 years now after smoking for 20 something years, and my son was the only one really who was on me regularly, and I finally kicked the habit. So Shakiji, he's been in and out of hospitals. I've noticed on Facebook he'll post things about, God bless me, I just got out the hospital and so forth. And I know a lot of that has to do with with his weight. So I want to talk to him, have him introduce himself, and talk about his health issues that he's going through right now. Shakiji, are you there? Hello? Take your mic off, Shakiji. Yes, so he's with us via Skype, but his mic is on mute, so we'll get him in a second. But in the meantime, while we're working...
Is that better?
Oh, there we go. There you go, Shakiji.
How you go?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. So, Shakiji, I don't know if you heard my introduction, but can you talk real briefly about who you are, where you come from, what you do?
My name is Zulu King Shaki. I've managed and produced several artists and been part of a lot of major marketing and A&R departments. I currently own my own marketing company, Cultures in Media.
Yes. And talk about where you are now with your health. What kind of issues are you going through, which is why I wanted to have you on the show.
Well, currently I have cardio heart myopathy, congestive heart failure, diabetes, and as you can see, overweight. So got some pretty serious health issues.
Yeah, those are pretty serious. But let me tell you something, brother. I'm here to tell you that even though you have that and you're overweight, there are ways to get rid of all that you have. I mean, we've been taught that, these things are what you're going to get, and that's what you're going to get, and you're just going to stay like that. But that's not the truth. The truth is you can be healed. So just know that. And it's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. You have to change the way you think, to change the way you eat. You have to understand how you can lose weight, how you can get healthy. And we're going to go through that today.
Yes, we are. You guys, Shakiji, too, and listeners out there, we have some wonderful herbalists as well as informative co-host here. Lala is very much into herbs. Also, Son is in the house right now. We have Dr. Bernard, who is a wonderful iridologist and an herbal physician. So we're going to be speaking to him shortly and getting knowledge about herbs and healing with herbs. And also we have Dr. Obagaji. And he'll be speaking too as well.
Okay.
I don't want to
Can you say that again?
We'll meet him.
We will make a correct.
So Shakiji, back to you now. What has been your highest weight and where are you right now? Because I know you lost some weight.
I was 381 in November. I'm 317 right now.
All right.
Great job.
Congratulations.
Great job.
Yes, awesome. And how have you done it so far? What has been your method of getting that down?
Well, I went back to basically doing what I did in college. I worked out more, drank more water, and changed all my eating habits. Tried to eliminate stress. It's done great.
So what types of foods are you eating now?
I'm eating a lot more green and leafage.
Okay, that's great.
I don't eat beef hardly at all, if at all.
What about pork?
Mostly, I'm a Muslim. I can't eat.
Oh, okay. That's great.
But mostly chicken and fish, more grilled and baked than anything.
Okay, that sounds,
That's
you're
good.
on the right track. You're definitely on the right
That's
track
good.
with that.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, definitely. And being that you are so overweight, it is going to be a challenge for you. But I want to let you know that there are ways that you can get that weight off with just not the exercising and the eating of the green vegetables and stuff like that. That is the key to it, because you have to eat right first. And then there are supplements that you can take and herbs that you can take that will help you lose the weight faster. I don't know if you know Shantae or not, but she is overweight as well. And I put her on a program where she's taking different things to help her body. I put her on a cell defense, and I put her on Medi-C. The cell defense is just exactly what it sounds like. You know, it regenerates your cells from the inside. And I don't promote any product because, you know, that's not what I do. I'm not a physician, but I do know what works because I've used these remedies for over 34 years. And the cell defense, the one that I use is GSH3, and it's you can Google it and find out everything that it does, and it's very good for your getting your body together. And this is what you need to do before you even start working out, because as people of culture, when we start lifting weights, we're automatically going to bulk up. We're going to bulk up immediately because that's our gene. That's how we work. Our structure is that. So not so much on the exercise tip as you would be to get your inward self together before you get your outward self together. So then you have Medi-C. And what Medi-C does, it boosts your metabolism. And it gets rid of fat in your blood. And people don't realize that.
How do you spell that?
It's MEDI-SEA.
Okay.
It's a fat
I know about that one. My doctor actually started taking that on Monday.
Yes, that is so good. It has 22 uses that I recommend mostly for people who are overweight, because it helps everything in your body. And it works very, very well. Your kidneys, you know, and it removes radiation residue, cleans lymph nodes, lymphatic system, promotes healthy lung function, you know, and being that you have the congenital heart failure, it'll help you with that.
What is Medi-C? What's in there?
It's seaweed.
It's doing all this great stuff.
It's a lot of different seaweeds and stuff like that. I don't know all of the ingredients because I forgot. My brain doesn't work like that anymore.
So that's why the SEA, it's got the seaweed in it.
Yeah, that's why, because it works so well and does so many things. If you can look it up, and it tells you all the things, because there's 22 natural healing factors that it has.
Wow.
So we can't go over all those on
you guys. Look, I just want to say this too, that what Shakiji is going through with obesity, it is the number 2 killer in the U.S., and this is a global epidemic that people are dying. It's equivalent to smoking cigarettes. And so more than drive-bys, we talk about guns killing, like all that stuff is horrible. It's horrendous for any lives to go away due to those type of situations. But obesity is right in there, and it's number 2.
Absolutely.
It's like 1 in 3 Americans now.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was 1 in 5, but the 2015 statistics, 1 in 3 Americans suffer from obesity or some form of being overweight. And with that, because of those being overweight, we have different health-related illnesses that obesity causes, which is diabetes, also cancers. It increases your risk of various forms of cancers. So if you guys are coming down with different cancer and you are more than the BMI index, standard index, where your fat is, your waist and your fat is unhealthy, you know, in that unhealthy category, then you cannot be mad at yourself that you have to go take different prescription drugs and chemotherapy and so forth. So it's time for us, if we really, really, truly love ourselves and our bodies, we're going to take care of it and reach optimal health to be fit, mind, body, and soul.
Absolutely.
Well, can I say something?
Sure.
I think you hit it right on the head. I think in the Western way, we do things backwards. I think we have to want to love ourselves. We want to take care of this body temple first. We've got to make up our mind to do that. Then we go out and and take care of ourselves.
Yes.
And eat the right foods.
Yes.
Have the right herbs, supplements. But I think it starts with your spirit. We've got to
Yes,
realize
yes.
that we're spirit and we got to love ourselves.
Absolutely.
Brother Nagiti. Hello?
Shakiji.
Shakiti.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
This is Ali Baba from Mali, West Africa. I have something from the ancestors, and I have something for you. You can do it, believe it or not. Before anything, if you have to have a unlimited discipline for your body. I will tell you to do couple things, and I will give you 3 months from now. If you do it from discipline, if you do it from how I told you from your original grandfathers. I hear you, Grandpa. From them again. Can you wake up, find the time, and push everything away from you? Can you find a mountain and walk through it? Walk through to go to the mountain, up and down. Can you do that 3 times, 4 times in a week?
I walk about 3.5 miles every day.
Thank you. And don't, hold on. Not only walking in the flat, go walk up the mountain.
Well, I go up mountains and
Yes.
down trails. So.
Yes. And also, if you can eat some fruit, what not sweet, and the papaya is good, apple is good, ginger is good, all that.
One thing I like about, I noticed about Ali's diet being from Mali, West Africa, is that their food is not a luxury, like a surplus. They eat to sustain themselves. So many times he can just eat peanuts and be totally fine, and that's high in protein, or he may eat rice or whatever. He hates McDonald's and French fries
Anyway,
and all those
let me finish my conversation. If you can eat nut and peanut, it's good for your body. It's a lot of protein. If you can eat rice, a lot of rice have a lot of water.
Diabetes.
Huh?
He has diabetes.
Rice is high.
okay.
Diabetes, it'll kill you.
Yeah, that turns
okay.
into sugars.
Okay, then eat peanut
Yeah.
if you can.
And we're going to have some herbalists on the show, some naturopathic physicians in just a minute to even go into it.
Thank you, brother, and God bless you.
And Dr. Obagaji.
You will be blessed.
Obagaji,
it's going to go away.
Obalaji. Oh, I knew I was close. Obalaji. Yeah.
That's it.
You guys, we all know about Dr. Sebi, and he's wonderful and beautiful, but Dr. Obalaji and Dr. Bernard are coming to give you some awesome knowledge, just like Dr. Sebi. So we look forward to having them on the show shortly. All right. So back to you, Shakiji. Anybody else?
Yeah, I just wanted to also let him know that to do a detox when you're doing any
I
type
do that
of
every 6 months.
Okay, see, that's great. But what I'm telling you here is these products that I was telling you, the GSH3, the Medi-C, and the detoxin should be done at the same time. This way, it'll give you more energy. You'll get rid of more fat and all that messed up stuff. And then your gut is what causes you to have a lot of diseases. So you got to get your gut clear. That's why the ginger, the cinnamon type of things, those things will definitely help you.
So.
Yeah, those will definitely help you to get that down. But if you take all of those together, you'll see the difference in your weight loss and when you're eating your vegetables, because the main key to everything is oxygen to get rid of these diseases. And green leafy vegetables have oxygen, which we do need. So this is what we should stick to trying to have, mostly vegetables. I don't say fruits because I know a lot of people have diabetes and they have to stay away from that. But you can take all of this stuff while you're taking your medications for your high blood pressure, diabetes, or whatever, because they're not medicine. They're actually herbs that are from the earth and they heal you. So it doesn't affect your medication. I looked it up thoroughly. And they work very well, and they'll help you out a lot. And I know a lot of people don't like tofu because I don't really like tofu, but I eat tofu because they have tofu now that tastes like whatever you like, burgers, sausage, and they don't have any meat in them at all. It's just tofu and herbs. That's all it is. And that's something you should look into because it's very high in protein, and you won't have to, worry about the meat factor,
What about gluten-free?
Yeah, it doesn't have any gluten. It's all that soy-free. You can get it at any supermarket in their area of health foods. They have the tofu that are tofu burgers that aren't really burgers, tofu sausages, no sausage in them. So you can get all of that, and they work very well.
Well, it sounds like he's really.
I've been really trying to do the gluten-free and a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, that's why I said that about the tofu, because I know that is a definite good protein source without all the gluten and all the fat and all that.
Well, it sounds like he's doing a lot of good things right.
He is, yeah.
But if I can go somewhere, I think as we're putting good things in our body, a good thing to do is get a colonic.
Yeah, that's
get colonics, so then clean that intestine out, because our intestines absorb all our nutrients. So if we don't have a clean colon, or our intestines aren't clean, then nothing's going to stick. It's all going to pass right through.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
And
Yeah,
also,
my doctor told me he want me to do one next month, so that's what I'm
yes.
Make your appointment.
Yeah. And also, you can, here I don't see, in Africa we eat a lot of millet.
Yeah,
Millet is good for a lot of disease.
yeah, it is.
Yes. If you can find millet and eat it, you believe it or not, millet is good. In Africa, we eat a lot of millet.
Yeah, it's
Ancient
very good.
grains, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell it at Clark's.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Use it.
I have some there.
Buy it and cook it. You can make it a soup, and you can make it cook it with your
Vegetables.
vegetable and
Yeah.
hey, put your own recipe.
I put it with my vegetables, so yeah, she's right.
Now you go right on, brother.
So Shakiji, we're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to bring up our herbalists next. So I want you to stay on the line and tune in with some wonderful information that they will be sharing. Okay?
No problem, sister.
All right. Thank you. Okay, and so now before we take our break, I just wanted to make a few announcements that this show is made possible by some wonderful donors who we appreciate, such as Mustafa Kadra from Benin, from Burkina,
No, from Guinea Equatorial.
Guinea-Bissau.
Sorry, Guinea-Bissau, yes.
Thank you so much, Mustafa Kadra and Donna Thompson, Miriam Jacobs, Stan Peters. We
Mark
appreciate
Johnson.
you, Mark Johnson. Yeah, with City Lights. City Lights Network, you guys, go to City Lights Network Inc. INC. .org to find out about what they're doing. They're a health awareness nonprofit, and we've got an upcoming inner city marathon. I represent them as far as media, but we're going to be doing a marathon, running, and also on skateboarding and bicycling. That's coming up on June 4th. It's a free event, so come get healthy. And then also we have an art exhibit, art show coming up. So we're going to talk about that in depth too.
Okay, the Open Studios art show that Shaman Ali Baba is going to be there with his healing voice.
Yes.
And myself and my daughter will be showing at Yoga for Balance.
If you have a time and a moment, come to listen to all the audience there, and come to listen to all the artists there, and come to see me. I can tell you what you want to hear and what you don't want to hear. And what you don't want to hear is always going to help us in the life, because we always misrepresenting something, and we have to represent it now to be more healthy.
That's
yes,
right.
yes. All right, so let's go on and go to some music and bring up our guests. So right now we've got King the Rapper with his song Hey Mama, for you musicians out there.
Hi, Godmother.
There we go.
Is it on? Hey ma, how you doing on this very special day? I'm just trying to make it better in every special way. I guess what I'm trying to do is trying to say thanks. You deserve to be loved. All my glory and praise, cause you was there for me when I was a kid trying to grow up. Fascinated by the rhymes, trying to get my flow up. Working in the studio, trying to stack my dope up so I can buy that house that you used to always show us. This ain't just for my mom, but my granny too. We used to laugh and make jokes, how my granny do. She used to drive a blue bucket, how my granny moving. Always wanted me to walk the stage, diploma Grammy too. You know, like my mom, she always wanted us all to be famous. So like, I want to give everybody the time to shine, so let me tell you a story about it. See, it was 6 of us. 2 of us was gone, but we still live. Older brother was a football player and he still is. Older sister, well, she is a little different. She a singer, dancer, and actor, but really she be chillin'. Now, older brother used to be a prodigy until he got older and started studying philosophy. And me? I be studying astrology, cause I be where the stars at, space and Mars, and I love this hip-hop world, but it be misery. The only reason I stay cause I'm making black history. Hip-hop, well, it can break you down physically. The only reason I stay cause I'm making black history, for real. I love you, mama. I love you, grandmama. I love all y'all mamas, like, I want to thank everybody mama right now. Can I thank everybody mama? We got time? Alright, look. I want to thank my mama, my grandma mama. I want to thank G Wisdom mama. I want to thank my cousin mama. I want to thank my homie Jaquan mama. I want to thank Kanye West's mama. I want to thank Jay-Z mama. I want to thank everybody mama, like Vic Mensa mama, Mike Dean mama, my homie in Detroit Devon mama. Like, I want to thank my homie Matt Morrison mama. I want to thank everybody, mama, like, for real. Thank you.
right, and welcome back to Let's Be Whole. Oh, I am so excited of our guest that I'm about to introduce. This is time for some real invaluable knowledge, you guys. So please listen up, turn up your radios, and stay focused. Shakiji, are you still there? Okay, so you guys, I want to introduce the wonderful herbalist, natural physician, naturopathic physician, Dr. Bernard, who's to the left of me. And also next is his cohort, Dr. Obalaji, that is right to the left of me too. So Dr. Bernard, can you go into a little bit of your experience?
You missed one thing.
Okay.
He is one of the greatest iridologists in Los Angeles,
Right.
and he can diagnose anything that's wrong with you down to the nth degree. Also, he charges 50% less than anyone else in Los Angeles for the same, better iridology examination.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, Dr. Bernard, go on, because I want to know about iridologists and so forth.
Sure. Well, I was raised in Compton, and at the same time that I had ventured into learning about herbs back in 1969, 1970, around that time, Obalaji, Dr. Rabb, and Russell, and Dr. Goss were all in Compton working in concert or by themselves individually to do wonderful things. At that time, I was only 11 years old. When the herbal store opened in Compton, everybody knew about it. Everybody, it spread like wildfire. And as a little boy, I got no validation in the earlier years from reading about herbs in the back of Reader's Digest and all the old magazines. I was totally fascinated. I was too young, and all the information I gave out, I was stoned by my peers. Okay, especially older Christians. When I started to question, well, why would you eat this when, here it is in your Bible, and it has all of these systems to consider. Okay, particularly food, water, okay, rest, and all these other things that are mentioned. And so, the answers was typically, oh, well, some of the things we just don't do anymore.
That's right.
And even if you look at the Mosaic law of the laws of nutrition, those would have to be modified today, especially if you're in the United States. Oh. Why? Dairy, okay? Dairy is polluted with antibiotics, with steroids that will have a cow that normally takes about 2 years to mature. In 90 days, that cow will be full grown. Then they shoot the cow and make it artificially pregnant for the rest of its life to produce milk. Okay? And all of these hormones are going into our blessed children, all the children in America who dare to eat or drink dairy products. Okay? Because the antibiotics, we know that we have constipation because it wipes out the intestinal flora in the gut. And we need that. One of the good things to replace it is kombucha tea. We sell kombucha tea. We have to make batches, but we'll be actively selling kombucha. Why do we use kombucha over Bragg's apple cider vinegar? Because Bragg's apple cider vinegar, I use it for other things, but since we have kombucha, okay, it tends to be a little more graceful as far as delivering the trillions of probiotic and prebiotic cells right into the gut.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to do kombucha as opposed to, because I know I do like apple cider vinegar and water, and then I do cayenne pepper. That's my own tonic. But you saying kombucha is
Kombucha
better?
would be greater, especially for melanated people. Melanated people need to consider the acidic nature of food. We are alkaline by nature. Our blood is more alkaline. The Caucasian's blood is a little more on the acidic side. Our ancestors had a lot of time here to be able to eat an average of 2,200 different fruits, vegetables, and all types of wood shavings, barks, flowers, rhizomes, and twigs. And what that did for our blood was that inherently we have more alkaline blood. On top of that, as melanated people, we should not want to engage in this acidic food system because first of all, our kidneys is the first thing that takes the hit in an acidic food chain. If you look at most of the children born in America today are born with at least one weak kidney, and it's the majority African children. It's 90-something% that most of the children born who are of African descent come into the world with at least one weak kidney. Okay? So we have to consider the acidic nature of the food in America. It is very acidic. Okay? Yes.
I want you to finish, but let me get back. Let's introduce Dr. Abalaji real quick. If you can introduce yourself and your background.
I'm Obalaji Kefren Russ. I have been working in the alternative health field. I've been brought up on charges by the AMA, as so was Dr. Sabi. Dr. Sabi, started right here and learned under us in Compton.
Yep.
Sabi was in Compton too. He was probably a little too young to know that, but Sabi started in Compton too. And we were dealing with, I'd say about 8 to 20 people a day, inducing spontaneous remission in 8 to 20 people a day. You named the disease, you named it, whether it was subacute, acute, chronic, or terminal. Didn't matter. And if they had money, well, put some in a pot so we can continue. And but we just worked, 12, 16 hours a day, and that is
with using herbs. Like what was
using all kinds of herbs, and we use vitamin C and vitamin E in combination as a synthesis, because C and E Our medical dosage is 3,000 milligrams. E is around 2,000 international units. You put that together and you take that 2-3 times a day, and it's going to enhance the immune system. It's going to kickstart the immune system, so your natural immune system goes in there and starts slugging out with the bacterium, with the fungus, among us, and all, and all that other stuff. And so we want to kick your natural ability to heal yourself. You can raise your immunity level up high enough where they could have a plague bomb next door neighbor, and all you're going to get is a cold or the flu.
Wow. From herbs, from using
Just
herbs.
from using herbs.
Wow, that's
and from raising your immune system. It's very important. And there's so many, see, the super rich elite, they want to lower the population of the United States to 33 million people by 2030.
Wow.
And so how are they going to do that? They're going to do that under the table, and they're going to use chemicals that act as diseases. They produce, these chemicals are made up in the lab, and man-made labs, Fort Detrick, Maryland for one place, and they put them out in chem sprays in the with the planes. You see these long trails in the morning, and the vapor tray from the jet doesn't disappear. Instead, it just disperses and gets wider and wider and wider. Well, they have all kinds of chemicals, barium, aluminum, and then they got the chemicals that produce disease.
Wow.
And hey, and don't say, oh, that sounds far-fetched for the government to do that to us. As you know, we're uncovering things every day about lead poisoning in our water system, like all kind of stuff. So you better get in the knowledge, get in the know with what's really going on with chemtrails. Weren't we just talking about that, son, Monica? We were talking about chemtrails, yep. But anyway.
Now you have to fortify your system.
That's right.
Yeah.
It can't be, this is not our grandfather's time or our grandmother's time. You have to, your immune system has to be double to triple strength of what your grandmothers and grandfathers, or you're going to succumb. Now, even though I know this, a month ago, I was out watering my plants and I got hit on my right side of my face and my neck with chem spray that was coming down.
What?
And I wiped myself off, and I said, this is the finest oil. I thought it was coming from a truck.
Wow.
And I said, but this oil is so fine. I've never felt an oil as fine as that oil. Well, that was the chem tray, because 2 hours later,
Coughing.
I had the flu. I had flu-like symptoms.
Chemtrail flu.
It took me, it's called chemtrail flu.
Chemtrail flu, okay. We'll
And it took me a week and a half to get rid of it. Other people it take a month, 6 weeks. But of course, I know what to do.
Yeah.
And I went at it. Okay? And so, but even me, I can be succumb to these new chemicals that my immune system had probably never experienced those chemicals in combination before.
Yeah.
And that's why I went down.
Yeah.
So I'm advising everybody. Oh, another thing. Omega-3s.
Okay.
Coconut oil, unrefined coconut oil, and avocados. Okay, you want a tablespoon of coconut oil every day and a half of avocado every day to get your omega-3s.
That's right.
That's going to keep your joints lubricated. See, I got 500 jumps out of an airplane, and I have funny kind of what they call paratrooper's knees. and so if I don't take my omega-3s and have my avocados in a week's period, my knees are going to ache.
Obalaji, Dr. Obalaji, how old are you, by the way?
Well, I usually tell people I'm a little younger than my gums and I'm older than my teeth.
I like that. Tell him, Papa.
Okay, but I've been around for 70 decades, going on 80 decades.
Oh wow, you look fabulous.
7 decades, not 70.
Oh, 7 decades.
7 decades. Okay. If you want, there are herbal formulas for longevity where you can guarantee to live 90 years to 150 years old.
That's right.
Guarantee you. As long as you have the discipline to take them every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Do we have any callers online right now? Okay, Shakiji, are you still
Dr.
there?
Berner, yes. Can I ask you a question?
We do have a caller. Let's go to our caller. Who do we have online here?
This is Javon Jackson.
Hey, Javon. Yeah, we're going to get back to you guys in 1 second. I have Dr. Javon Jackson. He's a fitness trainer, and he's going to come and give Shakiji some weight loss tips, some fitness tips, as well as what we all can do to get in shape. So welcome to our studio, our phone caller, Javon Jackson.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hi.
Basically, my name's Javon Jackson. A little bit about myself. I started off as a personal trainer just over maybe 10, 11 years ago. Found a heightened interest in it due to sports. That kind of grew into me actually teaching the trainers around me, and that manifested itself into me starting my own nonprofit. So now I go out, I do health and fitness seminars, presentations, deal with people with drugs and alcohol addictions. I go into schools to try to motivate children to live a healthier lifestyle, deal with children with disabilities, and I actually took that business model and started working in project development and business management.
All right. Wow. So you heard about Shakiji's story earlier, and Dr. Bernard and Dr. Obalaji, I don't know if you guys heard, but I have my friend on the line. You guys can chime in after Javon Jackson talks. But he was about 380 pounds. He got himself down to 315 right now, and I have a concern about his health. I want him to be around because we have some work together to do in multimedia. So I'd like for you guys to talk about different herbs, but right now we're going to hear from Javon Jackson about fitness. All right, Javon.
Okay, so the first thing I really want to do is just touch on a few of the misconceptions that are out there. And one point that was touched was that you can do it 100%. The main thing is just to kind of put the education behind what you're doing and know exactly what you're going to go up against. So when you're trying to lose weight, I always tell people it's like going to get a job. If you're going to get a job and it's a good job, you're going to have to develop a resume. After you develop that resume, you're going to have to go submit it to jobs. You might have to have interviews. You may have to go out and submit, your resume 50 times before you even get to that point to where you get hired. After you get hired, now you're going to have to still work to get that paid time off. So understand, during this weight loss process, there really isn't going to be an off time. You'll hear people saying cheat meals, which there's a science behind that we'll address, but there really isn't an off time. Until you hit your goal and you've maintained it, you need to make sure that we stay consistent with what we're doing.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so the next point would be when we're trying to burn fat. Now, historically, we've been what? We've been cavemen. We've had to basically go out, hunt for ourselves, and we're now a newer civilization, but we're the newest part. You go back 1,000 years, people weren't eating every single day. People weren't even having the option to eat whenever they want to. This is why our body says we can take in almost as much food as we want, but we're going to store it as fat if we go over our threshold. It does this so that we have a certain amount of energy to use later. So the only way for us to get our body into a fat-burning zone is to, one, be at a caloric deficit, which means that we're taking in less calories than we're burning, and to, two, get our hormonal system to get in line with what we want. So that means that we're trying to get our body to say, you know what, this is the direction I'm going. I'm not going to be here just to react to a stimulus, and I'm planning for a different future.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you'll see people getting you on a regimen to where you're, just doing bits of cardio, or maybe you don't want to lift the weights, or maybe you do. But at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we have a complete structured program. So I'm not sure what you're doing now, but understand that weight's phenomenal for you. Why? The only thing weights are going to do for you is basically just help you burn calories. And just to touch on that, we burn calories in 3 ways. The 3 ways that we do burn calories is just going to be through movement, organ function, and digestion. So just remember, there's only those 3 ways. There's no other science that's going to tell you anything else. It's pretty much just movement. So that's when you go out, you exercise, you're burning calories. Organ function, when you're breathing, when your heart's pumping blood, when your lungs are working, any of that stuff, that's going to be covered under organ function, and you have digestion, and that's when you take in food. When you take in food, it takes a certain amount of calories to break down the food that you're actually putting into your system.
Brother, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
This is Brother Ali Ba from
doing,
Mali,
sir?
West Africa. I hear earlier you say get a job. And how about people who have a worse disease who cannot get job?
No, he was just using an analogy.
analogy. I wasn't telling them
Because
to
I
get
have
a
to
job.
find the ways, people who have a,
He
worse
thought you would.
disease.
He took it literal.
Yeah, no,
okay,
it was an
English,
analogy.
you know.
All right.